Well, hello there, everybody. As you can see, I'm at a different angle today. I'm over in my chair, and I have two mice here, two mice. I have one controlling my lappy and one controlling my computer over there, which I'm watching on my TV over here. So, this is all kind of trippy. Basically, this isn't like a 500 subscriber video. I guess it may turn out to be. I don't know what this is going to turn out to be. Basically, I just wanted to make a really long-ass video. I just want to talk about different things and just random subjects. I'm just going to jump different topics. Because I haven't made a video all weekend. I haven't made a video since that last video, Word to Your Mother, which, you know, it was a joke, sort of, but it was kind of a serious attempt at doing something. I don't know what, but I really was, like, I really do have those interests, but not to the extent that I made it out to be. I don't know what it did. I was trying to make myself look like some kind of an art lover. Failed miserably at it. To impress a girl's mother that seems to think I'm a foul-mouthed jerk, I guess. So now I'm just going to talk for probably an hour or so. I'm thinking fucking live video. I'd already used a curse word. Dang it. Darn it. Shazbot. Live video has a 100 megabyte limit, so each one of these 10-minute videos is like 35-40 megs, so I could probably have a 25 to 30 minute video on live video, just in one video. I don't know how long I can edit this down to, but I'll just give you a little update on what's going on out here. I have a blanket because it's freaking cold, and I have to turn my heat off so it doesn't make a lot of noise in my video. And you probably hear my neighbors turn on their showers and stuff in random moments in my videos. It snowed like Friday night, and then again on Saturday. Then it would like melt, and then it would snow again, and then it would melt, and it snowed again today. And it's all nasty out. It's really icy on the roads, and I am out of stuff to drink. I have like that much milk and about that much orange juice, and I'm gonna have to make some tea or something because I don't have anything to drink except water. And I don't have a whole lot of food either. First of all, how to start? I was thinking about different things to talk about and just kind of ended up going in circles. I wanted to talk about this Moon Night bomb scare in Boston that happened like Thursday or Friday. And I don't know if it's been on the Daily Show or something like that where they make fun of it, because I've got to see that. This is one of the funniest things I've ever seen. I didn't even know about it until I saw it on Dear Person's video talking about it. Basically, if you haven't heard, I don't know if it's been on the news a lot. I don't even watch the news. It's like a light bright from the 80s. That's basically what it is. It's like you plug these little pegs in and it makes the light. And there's these characters on Aqua Teen Hunger Force called Moonianites. And they made like pictures of them giving the finger. I don't know how you would make a stick figure give a finger. It's just like a little yellow triangular trapezoidal type shape with stick arms. And on these news shows they were blurring out where they were giving the finger, like it's just a stick. That's so retarded. But then they thought it was a bomb, and it's just like a light bright. What it is like a series of lights that is on a timer, I think, to show up at certain times or blink or something. So anything that has lights and a timer, that's basically all it was, I think. They're considering it an explosive device, an IED. I forget what the I stands for, but anything that has lights and a timer, an alarm clock could be an explosive device by that standard. Why would you, just because it's like out on the streets or something? And it was there for like weeks before they noticed it. That's what's so funny about it. Watch that featured video of these guys making fun of it, because that's fucking hilarious. Yeah. Shnikes. And the news, they fail to take credit for it. They refuse to blame themselves. It's all the news' fault. And any other kind of media that just exaggerates things. They let it get blown out of proportion. and they're talking about these two guys that were working for Cartoon Network or something, and they made a whole press conference where they talk about their hair, which is, I've been wanting somebody to just screw up the news like that for so long. I've longed for it. I hate media and stuff like that. So, yeah, anything, this laptop here could be an explosive device for all you know. Maybe packed with C4. I watched this show last night. I don't know if I should start with this or talk about something else and come around to it. The Sarah Silverman program. And that was, if you haven't seen this, watch it. What was it, half an hour? Yeah, half an hour of like the funniest TV I've ever seen in my life. I think I saw somewhere somebody said they didn't like it, but I don't know, how do you not like that? Her sense of humor is off the charts, and I have to say, I did a question and answer video a while back where I was answering questions from people. Nobody really asked me like what kind of women I like. I've already said before that I like petite brunette women, which she is one. But I get crushes on people that are just cute. I find them good looking. I don't know a lot about them. There are other girls that I know, like famous people. I shouldn't just say girls, but famous people that I know quite a bit about. That I can tell from a lot of things that I see them in, even though it's like written and scripted. But the way they act and the type of different things they agree to do, and they write some things. It's more than just physical attraction. I really like some of these people. And even though a lot of them are probably married and famous and it's never going to work out. Yeah. It really saddens me that, okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. Now if somebody had asked me, or if I had asked myself a question for this thing that I did the other day, probably would have been, if you could be any person in the world, who would you be? And my answer to that would be Jimmy Kimmel. Because he's married to Sarah Silverman. But not only that, he has his own TV show, which is like a comedy spoof of an actual talk show. But it's an actual talk show. And he does have like famous people on and rock bands, but I wouldn't really need that. But yeah, I think Jimmy Kimmel has like a pretty perfect life, from what I can tell. He was on that show with Adam Carolla. He was on the Man Show. And now he's got his own talk show. He's married to Sarah Silverman, who is awesome. She's like the total package. She's like, I wish I could show you some of her TV show, but I can't because of copyright issues. I could play you some audio, but I don't know if you can hear over these little laptop speakers.
Hi, I'm Sarah Silverman, and I'm just like you. I live in Valley Village, I don't have a job, and my sister pays my rent. That's my sister, Laura. She's adorable. These are my neighbors, Brian and Steve. They're gigantic, orange, and gay. This is Doug. I found him in the trash. That's just like a weird bald guy. I don't know who that is. Let's see what else. Some people call me on the phone. My parents are dead. I like cookies. What are we doing this for? Does anyone know?
What is she,
Oh, this is my baby grandson. He's my favorite person in the world.
That's because you haven't met me yet. My favorite person is my sister, Laura. It used to be Jared from the Subway commercials, but I thought he got too preachy.
Well, you know, family is the most important thing in life. It's who you are.
That is so wise.
Well, that's just what comes with being 70.
No, you're not. There is no way. You are 70. You look too young.
Well, thank you. Now you really are my most favorite person in the world.
And now that you're closer, I can tell you're old.
You little bitch.
I love that part.
Go.
Driver's license, you gave me this.
She drew a picture of her penis.
That's expired. Here you go.
3,000.
Thanks.
She drew a picture of a butt pooping.
I mean, I guess.
Let's get ready for cookie party.
Got the cold front moving it.
Please wanted you to control the fort, you know. I did. We'll grab more cops. Tell my sister whatever we do.
The funniest thing in the world.
What did she do?
Who could think of making somebody bust out of a weatherman's map and going "Rawr!" and then starting to condemn the government? That is the funniest freaking thing ever.
Also, I learned whether you're gay, bisexual, it doesn't matter, you know? Because at the end of the day, they're both gross. But mostly I learned that elderly black women are wise beyond their years. But that younger black women are prostitutes. Good night.
Yeah, so funniest show ever. Now I watched Sarah Silverman back when she was on Saturday Night Live. Not even when she was regular cast. I think she was like one of those at the end of the regular cast they would say featuring Jay Moore and Sarah Silverman. And then not sure if she was on the regular cast very long, but then she did Jesus is Magic. I just watched that last year or the year before or something like that. And that was pretty good. Now this show is great. She's not really that popular of a celebrity. I heard her on Howard Stern because Jimmy Kimmel's on there. He's got a friend of Stern. That's another good thing. Friends with Adam Carolla, friends with Howard Stern, married to Sarah Silverman, has his own comedy TV show. If you didn't live on the West Coast in Hollywood, and like I'm not really a big California fan, it's the only downside of being Jimmy Kimmel. Yeah, I think Sarah Silverman and Kimmel and Carolla and Stern and we all kind of have the same sort of sense of humor. I like how Jimmy brings his family and friends into his comedy act, and he like makes fun of his uncle and his brother or his cousin Sal. I mean, that's kind of the same type of thing I like. So what was I talking about? I stopped the video because I want to make different files. I don't know why I do that, but I don't want my files to get too big, so I'll stop the video every now and then so it doesn't get too big. I have like 14 gigs free. I don't know why I do that, but I don't know. I guess it'd make it easier to load. Anyway, talking about Sarah Silverman, her show, different types of women that I like. Tina Fey will be another good example. I like girls that have glasses. Like there's another girl on YouTube that I have a crush on. Besides Dr. Limber's sister. I didn't really explain that, did I? Yeah, the Word to Your Mother video was a response to Heidi Scope, Dr. Limber's sister. But, yeah, she kind of reminds me of the Gilmore Girl woman. What's her name? IMDb. That's why I have a laptop here. Lauren Graham. Yeah, she reminds me of Lauren Graham. That's another good example. But this other girl kind of reminds me of Tina Fey a little. And the glasses thing, I think it would be cool to have somebody that we could go to the glasses store together with to buy glasses or go to the eye doctor. I don't know why, I just think that would be cool. That is weird. I was thinking earlier I should talk about underwear because I like women that are, let's say you have two types of women. You have beautiful, elegant women, and then you have the cute, pretty women. I like the cute, pretty ones as opposed to the elegant ones. And now underwear comes into this because the beautiful, elegant women will have like lingerie and lace and satiny things. But the cute, pretty girls will have like a t-shirt and some white cotton panties, or maybe some kind of little cute pants with like pimp written on the back of the ass, or little hearts on their panties with little bows, and some kind of weird retro gamer t-shirt. That's what I like. That explains it a lot better than saying just petite brunette girls, because that really I don't know what that explains. Moving on. Oh, this girl is like 19, and it's sad that I'm getting to the age now where I can't even date 19-year-olds. It's considered inappropriate. It's like 10 years younger than me, almost. She may be almost 20. I don't know. I shouldn't even consider it. I shouldn't even think about it. This is all just fantasy anyway. I'm not actually going to meet somebody from the internet and get married to them or anything. Well, Bloody 3000 did it, but, you know, it's probably some kind of 1 in a million miracle. It's like his stupid iPod. He always has miracles happen to him. Damn it, Blunty! Yeah, so forget about that. I really should stick to the 25 and older crowd now, which, nothing wrong with it, but once you get over 25, I mean, you're guaranteed any girl that's left is not going to be single. They're going to be either divorced or they're going to have a bunch of kids. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with that either, but I don't know which mouse controls my thing here. My mouse just stops working. Frickin' frack! See how I'm not cussing anymore? I'm educating myself not to. Videos on YouTube. There is a lot of funny stuff I need to be watching. I need to just stop making this video and watch more videos. I noticed the other day there's a lot of crap that shouldn't be on YouTube. Like, people think it's like a clip site. Which, who am I to say? Maybe it is a clip site, but here we have One Tree Hill. It's promo, but yesterday, what's this stuff from yesterday? Just show me yesterday's stuff. There was like TV shows broken up into 3 different sections. Basically what I did with my South Park World of Warcraft video that got removed. So why are these other people getting to put stuff up here? Maybe that's why they're gone. Maybe they had to take them down. There's a lot of freaking good videos I need to be watching. Saw one of Red Skull videos the other day. The Red Skull. That's his new name, yeah. I have to wonder, how many masks does this guy have? Red Skull, if you're watching, how many masks do you have, and why do you have so many of them? He has like a plain red mask, plain black mask, is a mask with red skulls on it. He has like a different red mask that has eyes that are like, they're not cut out, but they have like a thinner material or something. Then he has the original mask, which is different than the regular red mask he's wearing now, I think. I don't know, he has like at least 5 different masks. Why would you have those? Do you use them when you're skiing? Why do I have so much ninja equipment around? I don't even know why I have that. Maybe he collected masks when he was a kid. That's what I kind of did. I just started buying ninja stuff from the store in Tennessee. Right, okay. I want to talk about something that's really old by now, but you remember the Kramer incident with the N-word, and then right after that Mel Gibson went crazy on the Jews, and there are people interviewing Mel Gibson why he said that, or if he's actually anti-Semitic, or now these debates started happening over Jewish people and the actual Holocaust rumors and stuff. Like, why is it all about that and not about the fact that we value his opinion because he's a celebrity? That's what it should be about. I mean, there are people every day saying stuff about the Jews, but because he's Mel Gibson, we're supposed to give a shit? That's why it's on the news? I mean, celebrity is really a curse. I don't know why people want to be celebrities. The ones that do, that are actually celebrities, I don't think they want just to have the money, but they don't want to be famous, a lot of them. And I hate paparazzis. I hate the whole concept of being stalked constantly and the stuff that Lindsay Lohan has to go through. And can you imagine how stupid and evil these people must be? Not evil, but just disgusting that when you have like a red carpet type show and people are pulling up the limos and getting out, there's a guy, probably, I'm assuming because there are pictures like this, that's probably laying on the ground trying to get a shot up her skirt when she gets out of the car. Like, that's the guy that has to do... Who has to do that? That's like one of the worst jobs ever. I actually made a list of the top 10 worst jobs when I was in high school, and it got into our video annual yearbook. but they had to change some things because like 3 or 4 of them were too dirty. Like one of them was the guy who has to masturbate animals to collect semen for artificial insemination for like horse farms and stuff. But I don't know what that has to do with Lindsay Lohan and paparazzi, but there's a guy that's down there on the floor, like, trying to get shots of her skirt, and people, like, filming people in their pools and sunbathing. Like, is there any, like, a moment where they're by themselves? But why are we so concerned about what Mel Gibson thinks about the Jews? It's just Mel Gibson. His opinion doesn't matter any more than my opinion. It's not like he's gonna use his wealth to promote some kind of anti-Semitic organization. Well, I guess he could do that. Isn't he making a movie about the Holocaust? I guess he has a little bit of impact since he can affect lives with the media like that, but I don't know. Hey, I can too. I'm on YouTube. I have 500 people watching me apparently. And that sucks. Like, I was slowly creeping up toward 500. I was thinking maybe I could make a 500 subscriber video, and I had like 496 or something, and I thought, it's going to be another week or two before I ever get to 500. Don't need to worry about it. And I looked on there today, and I got 507. It's already like way past 500 now. Why are these people subscribing? I mean, shouldn't people have found me already by now? What else did I want to talk about? I made a note last night as I was going to bed, like a mental note. Why did that have something to do with cookies? Maybe it's a cookie party thing from Sarah Silverman's show. So my Stick'em chat the other day went okay. I woke up, I said I was going to have it on Thursday night. I woke up on Wednesday. I set my alarm clock apparently a day early. I woke up the wrong day. So I got on Stick'em anyway, and I actually had like 8 people or so in my room. I don't think a lot of them even knew that I was having the Stick'em chat. They were just people on my friends list. Because I never go live, that's why I was live for once, and they all just popped in there. Then Thursday, it went pretty good. I was an hour late. I think I overslept or something and missed some people. Then I got on again Thursday at noon. It was just like a couple of people. I ended up playing Guild Wars with Nightwolf for a couple hours or so. 4 hours, 5, something crazy. Yeah. And the people on Stick'em, I think I showed them the list of all the TV shows I've watched in the last couple of years because I started keeping track so I could remember what episode I'm on in certain series. And it probably blew some people's minds how much TV I've watched because I was scrolling down the list and it took like 20-30 seconds to get to the bottom of it. And a lot of these TV shows, you can go through and pick out the cute brunette that I would like in each show. Like Scrubs, every girl on Scrubs looks good. I don't know what they do to that show, but they have like the best casting. Georgia Fox on CSI, How I Met Your Mother, there's a brunette on there. And the girl that was on Buffy the Vampire Slayer too. She's a redhead, but I have to count her as the same type of chick because she's just so cool. Pam on The Office, there's a brunette on House, there's a brunette on Prison Break. Really the only girl on Prison Break, except for that other girl that was outside the prison, the doctor. And Tina Fey on 30 Rock, and the girl on Studio 60, she's one of those too. She was in a lot of movies. I saw her talking. So what the hell's her name? I remember looking it up. Oh, that's another thing. Googling people. You know how Googling people is all cool now? Back when Sarah Silverman was still on the Saturday Night Live feature cast, I Googled her back then. That's how interested I am in Sarah Silverman. I would probably marry Sarah Silverman if she got divorced from Jimmy Kimmel and from some miracle, like wanted to hook up with me. Amanda Peet, yeah. She's another one of those. Oh, I've been watching some documentaries lately. I watched one on Walmart and how they are like an evil corporation and they don't pay their staff like all of the money they should pay them, and they harm the environment, and I don't know, a lot of it was pretty crazy. Not crazy, but it's just crazy that it goes on and nobody does anything about it. They hire illegal workers. Like say you have a bunch of stuff to do and you've already worked your shift and you're supposed to get off work and you haven't put all your boxes up or something, they'll make you work the extra time it takes us to do to get all your work done. But then they'll say, oh, let's mark you down as 8 hours or 40 hours or a week or whatever they say they're going to pay you. They just refuse to pay overtime. That's a policy, apparently, that they just don't pay overtime. But you have to get all your work done regardless. So you may work 60 hours one week and they just pay you for 40 hours. That's illegal in this country. But they do it. Nobody cares. They hate unions. There's like a thing where somebody put a sign up in this Walmart saying that they hate a union, and somebody called corporate and they had like a $7 million jet and this whole spy van that came and like tried to stop them from having a union there just because somebody put up a sign. And they were like threatening people, trying to figure out who it was, and they started firing people, and just the threat of a union, not even formed a union yet. That makes me want to go around to different Walmarts and just put up signs about unions, because I don't work at Walmart and there's not a whole lot they can do to me except ban me from their stores, which would really hurt. I'd get by without Walmart. It is convenient. I don't like the idea of, I guess in the past they had like, you'd have to go to the hardware store, and then you'd have to go to the grocery store, and you'd have to go to the post office, and then to the bank, and then to buy some clothes in the clothing store, and you have to go over here to this. It's convenient to me to have a place where I can buy a chainsaw and a pack of fruit and a t-shirt all in the same spot. And I can, some of them have banks and post office type things inside. But I guess there is a cost for that convenience, like all this crap that goes on. And all these little towns in America get shut down because the big companies just run the little businesses out. Oh, I watched this show called This Film Is Not Yet Rated, which is a sort of an expose documentary on the movie industry and the ratings board, which really blew my mind. Because, let's see, you have all these movies, right? And they are rated NC-17 and R. That's the main problem areas. It's like you have an R rating and an NC-17 rating. The people that sit on the board that decide what rating your movie gets, they are... No, I don't know. Nobody knows. Except the people that went undercover. They hire these private investigators to figure out who these people are. Because they refuse to reveal who they are, and like it's like a big clandestine secret. They for some reason this company that does this, the MPAA, which is the Movie Producers Artists Association, I think is what that stands for, but it's not really artists. I think if you make a movie you might be forced to join the MPAA or something, but like actors and things, I don't think they're really part of the MPAA. It's more their lawyers and people like to get a cut of the money from directing it and writing it and producing it. Not really sure. I don't really know. Like the RIAA, Recording Industry Artists Association. Is every artist that gets on a label automatically in that, or do they have to sign something? It's mainly just a bunch of lawyers. It's not like a bunch of artists that group up together and decide they're just going to have an organization. Why would they do that? It's like the teachers union. If you become a teacher, I think you're forced to join this union of teachers. The Educational Teachers Union or whatever it's called. I don't remember. It was on that Fahrenheit 9/11 movie, I think. Apparently they can just... They make this rule that... I don't understand how they get to do this. They're not the government. They decide that if a movie is NC-17, nobody under 17 can see it at the theater. They kick you out of the theater. Even though the theaters are privately owned, shouldn't they be allowed to decide who they let in? But if you get an NC-17 rating, it's not going to get into a lot of theaters because a lot of them just don't want to fool with that hassle. So everybody wants to get a rating of R or less. So the people that decide if the scene's like too sexy or there's too much bad language, no, you can't really get NC-17 for language. I guess you can if it's bad enough, but they're supposed to have 2 kids ages like 13 to 17 or something like that. But the people that are on these boards that decide it, they have like different groups of people. They're supposed to like only serve for like 6 years and then leave and let somebody else come in and join it. But the people have been on there for so long that their kids are like over 20 years old now, and they're not even. One guy didn't even have any kids. They don't completely go by this rule, and they don't want their names known. Well, I can understand why you wouldn't want to be famous, but like if you're going to be judging somebody, the people that are being judged should be allowed to know who's judging them. And people would appeal these ratings. If you get an NC-17, there were some people that appealed it, and the people on the appeal board, they wouldn't reveal their names. They're not even on the ratings board. They're some other group. And the appeals board, when you have a movie appealed like that, and everybody's voting, they have like a Catholic priest or a Protestant or some kind of Lutheran, one of those religions, like they have a priest sit in. And one guy that was an informant was saying, this priest actually gets to vote. And the guy that was from the MPAA said, oh, the priest just sits in and doesn't even say anything, doesn't interact with him, he's just there to observe, and he has no influence or anything like that. But apparently he was just lying out of his ass.
And I noticed this little interesting piece of information. When they were showing the names of the people that are on this ratings board and the ages of their kids, all the people that were on the board were like over 50. And they all had like 20-something-year-old kids. So if you do the math, they had their kids when they were all like 30-something years old. They're supposed to be an accurate representation of the normal average parent, like cut of the actual normal society. Like most people wait till they're 30-something years old to have kids, right? Not from any place I've ever heard. People are having kids when they're like 16 or 18 usually, like. Well, not everybody, but, you know, at least in their 20s. The kind of people that will wait until they're 30-something to have kids are probably going to be right-wing fundamentalist Christians. Right? Am I crazy? Does that make sense? So basically they're probably filtering down all of their applicants to Christians. So your ratings on your movies are moot. They mean nothing. They're decided by a bunch of people that won't even reveal themselves, and they have no qualifications, and a priest probably has something to do with it. The religious right is probably rating their movies the way they are. And it was also shocking that a lot of these scenes in movies, like the NC-17 scene and the R scene, they would play them side by side, and it's almost exactly the same. Only the NC-17 video was like from a gay video, or a gay scene in a movie. They're really anti-gay, these movie raters. Let's see, Trey popped out. Warcraft. What else did I watch? Saw Al Gore's movie, An Inconvenient Truth. Well, I watched the first half of it. That's pretty amazing. How, well, assuming his data's correct. What really got me was the fact that their atmosphere is as small as it is. Holy shit! Damn it! Cursing again. What got me was that he points out that the Earth, if it was the size of an actual globe scaled down, our atmosphere would only be as thick as the varnish on the globe. That seems small to me. Maybe it's just something somebody said, but that would make a lot of sense as to these theories of chemtrails, like planes. When you see a plane fly overhead, it leaves like a huge contrail behind it, but it lasts for like hours and hours and hours, and just spreads out and becomes really thick. And you see like planes crossing all day long, just leaving big, nasty, dirty contrails in the sky, like over and over again, and they get all thickening, and it looks like clouds after so long, but it's not. It's just gas from some plane. But then you have planes that are just flying along, and their contrails are like that long, and then it just disappears right behind them, like it's just pure water vapor, like it's supposed to be. And people theorize that people are putting chemicals into these turbines of the jets, and they're releasing chemicals into the atmosphere to make us all sick and depend on drugs, which is why the pharmaceutical companies are getting richer every year. It sounds really good, like a good theory, but, you know, sometimes I'll see a contrail that, like, stays, but then it'll go to an area where it disappears, and then we'll get to another area where it stays. So it's probably different moisture densities and things of that nature. I don't know what I'm talking about. Temperatures and ions and who knows what all's up there, but it would be really hard to cover up every jet plane having tanks of gas added to it that they release. It would have to be, I don't know, something that takes years and years to become really toxic, because otherwise we just start mutating or getting really sick all the time. But you think back in the past, like 30, 40 years ago, wasn't the sky really dark navy blue back then, and now it's like usually white looking? Like right now I can see out the window, it's like really light pale blue, almost white looking outside. Of course it is snowing, but it's hardly ever looking really good anymore outside. So I see all these documentaries, and it really just makes me furious and angry at the world, and I know there's nothing I can do about it for the most part. Like, if I wanted to save the environment, there's not a lot I could do. I could spend years recycling and trying to clean up the world, but I would probably only prolong the life of the world by like 30 minutes at the most. I spend my whole life doing something. So the only way to really affect things and to make a change is to either make it a law for everybody to do things a certain way, and then what are you going to do? Like, say you made it a law for everybody to recycle soda cans. You have to recycle soda cans. There are going to be people that are going to get away with not recycling it, or people that are just going to get fed up with it and they're going to refuse to buy soda that's in a can anymore. And there's going to be people that actually do it. Then there's going to be people that try to exploit it, and they're going to try to put advertising on soda cans, and the recycling companies that start recycling this are all going to get bigger, and they're going to charge you to recycle your cans, or they're going to, they're just not going to pay you to recycle your cans because you're forced to. So why would anybody pay you to do it? For example, if somebody were to throw a can on the side of the road, like they broke the law and they didn't recycle it, they threw it away. And then, if somebody witnessed it and they reported you, you could go to jail for littering like that. Then it would get to the point where if you found a can on the side of the road, nobody witnessed who threw it out. Would you want to spend the time and money on figuring out who did it, like fingerprinting the can and have a criminal case against them, and then you would have to prove that they actually threw the can away instead of somebody trying to frame them for it, or putting their fingerprints on the can, or maybe you did recycle it, but it just fell out of your truck on the way to the recycling place, or who knows. There's all these problems with everything. Why do I think about stuff that much? I really overthink that. Never mind. I'm a raving lunatic at this point. But that's how my mind works. Something else that really gets me in an outrage. I was going to make just a video about this, but since we're on this huge video, let me just show you. This is a basket. It's usually kept over there next to the door. This is where I store my junk mail, and it really pisses me off that I get so much junk mail. And speaking of recycling, if we could eliminate junk mail, think how many trees would be saved. Make it illegal to send some mail to somebody that didn't request it or doesn't even know the company that sent it. First of all, let's see. Netflix. Startup package. I don't know Netflix. I haven't fooled with Netflix. Haven't been to Netflix.com. I have no interest in Netflix, and yet they have my exact name and address. It must have been from Best Buy. I bet Best Buy fucked me over with this. Damn. Oh, I did it again. Thanks to you in advance for trying Netflix. Oh, in advance, because I haven't done it yet. Yeah, I'm not going to do this. Don't care, don't want. Do not want. This one, I hope you can't zoom in and like figure out my address from this crappy video. Sports Illustrated.
Time Consumer Marketing. So, Time and Life magazine are the offenders on this one. $20 for Sports Illustrated. I have no interest in Sports Illustrated. I don't even like sports. But look at all the little football team things. Are these stickers? Can I stick these? Ooh, stickers of football teams. It's to order a jacket. I get a free fleece jacket with $20 subscription. Yeah, I don't really want a football jacket. Don't know why I would care. Here's a thing from the post office. A Kathy cartoon. Telling me that I can get stamps online. I think. Yeah, I don't care. T-Mobile, my faves. To our neighbors at my address. I hate that. They don't even know my name. Why are you sending me this? I don't want it. I already have a phone. Why are you trying? This is like $20 higher than my phone bill. Why would I want to pay this? This is your cheapest? Fuck you, T-Mobile. And I meant to cuss at that time. For immediate release, this looks like some kind of check. It's got like the thing over here. And important document, open here. To primary resident, selected household at pre-qualified market area. That's my address, pre-qualified market area? You don't even know my town. You suck. I don't even know what this is. Rates? Monthly rates? No medical exam. Oh, that's good. What the hell is it? Oh, Global Life and Accident Insurance Company. I don't know anything about insurance. This is like one of my major flaws. I don't know anything about insurance. I don't understand, like, all these terms, coverages, benefits, and, here's the guy that gets the money, beneficiaries, and deductibles. What the hell is a deductible? I don't no idea what a deductible is. It's like an amount of money that you pay or they pay before you start getting insurance paid to you or to the place where you went to the hospital. Oh, God, it's driving me crazy. I don't like talking about insurance. I don't like thinking about insurance. I don't know, don't care, do not want. Damn it, why? I don't even know which hospital I would go to if I called 911. Where? There's like so many hospitals around this town. I'm doing this thing. I feel like the wine cone. I'm just going crazy. Which hospital would I go to? They all specialize in different things. So one's like a diagnostic center, one's like a heart center or something. One's like a main. I don't know. How do you choose a hospital? There's so many. You just pick one. You go to a free clinic, or you go to like the emergency room. I hate not knowing things. Columbia House, 5 DVDs for 49 cents each. Well, that's where they get you. I don't want DVDs. That is a good price. I used to buy my CDs, my music CDs from Columbia House and BMG back in the 90s. That's where I got my music collection. It was a really good deal, but not into that anymore. I don't care. They just randomly send this to me. Who's this addressed to? Okay, they have my name and the exact address. It's freaking Best Buy. Best Buy screws me over. This one is to resident. Have you seen us? Missing people. 1-800-THE-LOST. Yeah, all you can do is look at them. Look around. If they're not near you, then probably not much else you can do. It's Jerry Seinfeld would say. Now this is the main problem right here. In my town, we have the Lexington Herald Leader. It's the name of our newspaper. And we get these little coupon things. I'm not subscribed to the newspaper. I don't get the newspaper. I don't buy it from the stands. I don't place ads with the newspaper. I don't even read the newspaper if I see it laying around. Somebody has left at work and will not throw it away. God dang it. Throw your newspapers away and don't leave it to me. I hate it when I go to work. People are like, oh, I left you a newspaper here if you want to read it. I'm like, oh, I'll throw it away for you. bastard. Especially if they leave me the sports section, which is like the least interesting section of the newspaper. Oh my god, it's Oak Factory Outlet. Look, it's Oak Factory. If you remember my old, like, third, fourth video I've ever made on YouTube, where I mentioned Oak Factory Outlet, here is that little Target guy. That's his whole family there. Oak Factory. There's a video, a commercial, where him and his little sister are hiding in the cupboard, and they open it up and they pop out, and he's like, says something about Oak Factory. And a meeting place. Now this is why I get spam, so I can meet people, singles, loves to laugh. Looking for someone to love me. Seeking Prince Charming. If they're gay ones, that would be funny. Latino love. Ooh. Anyway, this is all just a bunch of coupons. Movie listings. Non-denominational church called The Gathering Place. What do they do there if it's non-denominational? It's on TV? They have their own TV show? That would be funny just to see what they talk about. We believe in God, but not a specific one. Maybe Zeus. Maybe Ares. They're selling cars. There's not even any coupons. Oh, but there's the coupons. I threw them away. Oh, here's the coupons. Oh, we got Pizza Hut. We got KFC. Wing Zone. That doesn't seem right. I've never heard of this place. Wing Zone. This is basically spam, but for my real mail. Furniture store. Better not be Oak Factory again. Are you serious? Blimpies. You get it because it's Aju. Candies. Papa John? No, Papa Murphy's. Oh, you freaking rip-off. Papa Murphy's. Doesn't even look good. Brooklyn style pizza. Are they known for making pizza? Brooklyn? The whole borough? Party City Discount Party Superstore. Wow. Oh, there's masks and costumes. Ooh, things to buy. Very cheap, looks like. Dora the Explorer. Mejores amigos. Valentine's. Ooh. Huh, Nerds Candies. Remember Willy Wonka, the movie? Are there actually candies made by Willy Wonka? I know Nerds are, and Sweet Tarts. But is there actually, like, chocolate bar, like a Wonka bar? Why is there no really, like a real Wonka bar? Why is it all this candy stuff? I want a Wonka bar. It's only Nerds and Sweet Tarts. Chesmart. Save-A-Lot, Rite Aid. These are like their mini Walmarts, grocery stores. Save-A-Lot, very popular in my hometown. Very, very cheap. AAA. I like this. AAA gives you like a temporary membership every so often, I think. Like, I'm not a member, but maybe my parents signed me up. I don't know about it. Because they keep giving me these little permanent or temporary cards that'll work until I activate a permanent card. Save some money. Well, I could save a lot of money by just not signing up. And I get some of these from credit card companies that give you like a thing where you just fill it out, or you just say yes and you check it and you send it in the mail and they send you your credit card. Now if I throw that away, can somebody pick through my trash and just fill it out for me and send it in and then change the address so it gets sent to them so they have a credit card in my name that they can just go use? Doesn't seem right. Ooh, Steak and Shake coupons. Should have used these. I like a good banana strawberry shake. Radio Shack.
You know how old this is. This is a New Year's celebration for mattresses. Pizza Hut. More of these value leaders. Look at them. There's so many of these freaking things. Every week. They need to have just like a trash can right next to my mailbox. I can just take it out, dump it in. Take it out, dump it in. So that's basically my spam mail. Snail spam. Spam snail. Spale. Smame. Snail. So whatever happened to that video game Spore? It was supposed to be so awesome. Has it ever come out yet, or is it about to come out, or what? Because I kind of missed it. I kind of had an idea for a video game similar to Spore, but based on Stargate. Because I've been watching Stargate Atlantis, and it's freaking awesome. But this idea would be like a combination of Spore plus Stargate Atlantis. Let me tell you how this would work, because it's so cool. Okay, this would be massively multiplayer. Like Warcraft, World of Warcraft. But you know how World of Warcraft, everybody's on different realms and you all connect, and then let's say you have the world of Stargate. But it's the races haven't fully developed yet. Every planet that has a race that you could be in the game has a Stargate on it. Now, when you buy the game, let's say you make the game pretty cheap, like about $20 or something, okay? Every time you buy the game, it's kind of like gambling, because you can only use your CD key once, and then it'll randomly select a race for you to be out of, like, say you have like 100 different races, like alien races. So you have like some humanoids, and you have like some proud warrior races. Maybe you have something like the Wraith, where you have to feed off other races and like suck their life out of them, or that'll really not really work too well in the beginning stages when you haven't found any of the other races yet. But you could have like little like half lizard turtle type people, or frog people, or something that are kind of weak, but maybe they're really experts at something else. But everybody's basically the same. Like, you make the game really cheap, like say $20 or something, cheaper than most games are. Then once you are assigned a different race of this kind of character, you assign a race and you can create how the character looks. Like if they have hair, whatever, scales, whatever, you get to change all the colors and everything, make it look how you want to look. And you can also like change it later on, like salons or hair shops or something, I guess, some kind of way to change the way your character looks. But once you're assigned a race, of alien or whatever, you're stuck with it. That's what you have to be. If you want to like gamble on a different type of race, you have to buy the game again for like $20. That would really increase sales, because everybody would want to be like a big master race of geniuses, or some kind of like a proud alien warrior race. There'd probably be one of those that's like better, that everybody would want. You can play whatever race it gives you and be just as good, only it wouldn't look as cool. So people would want to get this. If you had like a bunch of friends, like say you're from a World of Warcraft guild and they all want to play the game with you, you could have like so many people sign up with you, and you put in your CD keys together, and you say, well, this is my group code, and then you all get to select, and it'll make you all the same race. So you all be playing together. You don't have to randomize to compensate for the other races that everybody tries to be. Which that would kind of mess up the money thing. Like if you had a whole guild of people that end up being some crappy frog rabbits or something, like nobody wants to be that race. Like, oh shit, we just wasted 40 people times $20. That's $800 we just wasted. We have to get the game again. But it would be cool to have like a whole group of people as the same race working together, having some big society, and like create a big city really quick and learn interstellar travel really fast, and that could really be the dominant race out of all 100 or whatever races that controls the galaxy. And then you would actually have people have more control than other people, sort of. You understand what I'm saying? It would be like Stargate, actually. You would have the humans and the Wraith, and most of the other races aren't really as popular. Or they're just like peasants or whatever, if they suck. You would have people that
take over and become really good, you start out, all you have is a Stargate. And the codes to get to other planets, you would discover them through trial and error, or you would have to like figure it out from your technology. You'd be able to like observe things in the sky or something. And then it wouldn't be like you could just say, okay, this is the code for this planet, and you could post it on the internet and somebody could go see it and say, okay, I can go to your planet now because you found it and we're just going to copy you. It would appear as a different code if you're a different race. That way you have to figure it out on your own. Nobody can like copy off of each other. And each race is like a constant world going on. They're on a different planet. You have to develop your race first, like your organizational. Like you got to build your own town. Then you got to develop cities, and you have to find resources, and food, and different building materials, and you have to make engineers. Maybe like each person could have like its own little group of like a scientist or an engineer, a hunter-gatherer, and a guy that makes like has like family, and he just makes people to breed and make more people, so you can have warriors that you can recruit, and then you have like a whole army. Like you can have a whole race of people on the planet, but it's really just like 50-something people playing maybe, and different people control different amounts of people. So once you start developing, you can maybe even have different races on the same planet, like where they have to make boats or learn to travel across the planet to see each other first. Then you get into your interstellar travel. Like if you get enough resources and technology and engineering skills where you make a spaceship, then you can actually go out into space and look for planets, scout out different resource planets, attack other alien races or feed off of them if you figure out how to do that. You could run upon other people. Then you start really interacting with the whole world. Like you might play for months and never see the other race that your friend's in, because he knows he's on a planet, but he doesn't know exactly where or how to explain to you how to get there. It would all be like open-ended. Like you just do everything yourself. There's nothing in the game that's like already planned out for you. There's no quests, nothing like that. It's just an amount of stuff. You have to go find it and do with it what you will. But like there would be things to make it easier, like engineering. You could make things where you just turn wood into planks of wood, and then once you do that so often, you'll learn how to use iron and then steel, and then you have all these different components. Like I wish I could show you a clip from when I used to play Robot Arena. It's like BattleBots, only you design your own robot and then you get to fight other people with it. But they don't give you different types of robots to select from. They give you, like you can make it a square or a trapezoid or a rectangle, or you design the whole base of your robot. Then you design how thick the armor is and the shape of the box that everything goes in, and you have to make sure everything fits inside the box. You have different types of things you can use already pre-made, but you still have to design everything yourself. Like you can different types of wheels, you can put them in different spots, you can have different pivoting connectors. This arm will swing out like this, and then it will shoot back, and then it will swing out again like this if you want to have like an axe chopping motion. Or you're going to have like something that spins around, different speeds of motors, different areas, pistons, different lengths, different sizes. So everything is like, the components are already made out, but you still have to figure out the best way of doing it, the most efficient way. And that would be freaking fun, just having like experimental ships that don't really fly too well, and you have to like adjust different areas and like work together as a team to figure out how to do it right. That would be great. See a big ass ship flying through the air made out of wood. It's like shooting rocket fuel out the back of it, but nobody really knows what they're doing. And then none of the compartments are vacuum sealed, so then you get into space and everybody just dies, and you have to respawn and start building more people again. But once you figured out how to do it, then you could make different plans. And then you have all these like technology data bursts that you could send to other planets if you get connections, you know, and then they get to copy your plans and learn what you did that worked and what didn't work. If you're like allies, if you're an enemy, then you would obviously not do that. You could develop different trading, like trade resources or food or whatever with the other planets or people, or maybe there would even be like populated planets or just neutral people that you can meet, and then you could establish trade with them to increase your resources without affecting other players. There's so much you can do. Why don't people make good games? Why am I not a game designer? I want to do that. How do I do that? Stan Cook would say. Oh right, I just remember what I was going to say. Because I was talking about Stargate, and I saw this scene on Stargate that reminded me of something funny that I wanted to make a video about. There's different techniques in movies and TV shows that people use that are so... they just don't make a lot of sense. And the first one, they don't want to give anybody's real phone numbers in movies. Like every phone number in a TV show or movie will be like 555-01 and then 2-digit number. I guess they don't want people complaining that they got a bunch of prank calls. Like, I don't know who would just watch a TV show and they see a phone number used in a TV show, they just start calling it and prank calling. It wouldn't make any sense. Another thing they do is kind of to shorten the length of time to make it, the TV show flow a little better, but it doesn't make sense because people get into these cars, right? Like every time you see somebody get into a car and drive away in a TV show, as soon as they close their car door, the car starts moving forward. Like they didn't have time to really like take their keys out, put it in the ignition, turn it, put the car in gear, adjust their seatbelt. They don't do any of that. They just, as soon as the car door closes, the car starts moving. If they're driving, you know, like if somebody gets on the passenger side, the driver could be ready. But it just freaks me out sometimes. I see people like get into a car and it automatically starts rolling, driving away. It's like, did they have it already started? And what the? How did they do that? But the big thing that bothers me, this kind of gets on my nerves when I see this in movies. I saw this on Stargate Atlantis the other day. It's the way people, every time somebody gets handed a gun or they pick up a gun to shoot somebody, they always gotta cock it. It's like, or if it's a shotgun. This is not always necessary. And a lot of times it's a wasting a bullet. And if you don't know anything about guns, it's not going to make a lot of sense to you. Let me explain to you how it works. Every pistol, let's say you have an automatic pistol, you have a clip that's spring-loaded, you pop it in the bottom of the handle of the gun, the grip, and you don't have anything in the chamber. What you call the chamber, where the bullet is actually fired out of the barrel of the gun, you have to load a bullet from the clip into the chamber so it can be fired. And then sequentially after that, the clip is spring-loaded and it keeps adding bullets on its own. So you put the clip in, cock it once, fire 15 times, release the clip, and it's empty. And a shotgun is the same thing, only except instead of a clip, you have a tube underneath the barrel, which is spring-loaded, which shoots the bullets back down towards the grip, pops it into the chamber, and then you fire. And that actually doesn't automatically do that. You have to do that every time to kick the shell out. Now, a pistol will automatically kick the bullet out of the side of the gun when you fire. Shotgun, you have to keep doing that. So now, the problem I have was say somebody is in a situation like, I saw this on Stargate. He had all these weapons set up in different areas so he could fight all these different things at the same time. He would shoot, and then he would flip over this crate, and he would grab this gun, shoot it, roll over, grab this gun, shoot it. And then at the last scene, he has a shotgun on the middle of the floor, which he kicks up to his hands, you know, and he pumps it, and he fires it. Now, if he had time to set all the guns up in different areas, why would he not already have a bullet in the chamber? Why would he have to do that? What? That's wasting time. There's all kinds of monsters attacking you. Don't waste time cocking things every time you need to shoot the fucking gun. You could have just had a bullet ready to go. So that makes me mad. And like, people will get in these scenes where somebody's shooting a gun and like, then they'll throw the gun to somebody else, the other guy will catch it and he'll go, you just shot out a live bullet that you could have used. The zombies are attacking, why did you just waste that bullet that you just could have used? It was a live round with a bullet still attached. And I say bullet because, well, if you have a pistol, it's called a round or a rifle round. If you have a shotgun, they call it a shell. But a bullet technically is the little piece of metal, the load. Well, the load's actually the gunpowder. The round is what usually a bullet is called. the little piece of metal that the gunpowder explodes, fires the bullet out of the rifle, and hits your target. Now in cartoons get really goofy with it, and when you shoot a gun, you'll see the whole freaking bullet fly out of the gun, like the casing and the shell and the round, everything. That's a shotgun. If you shoot a pistol in a cartoon, usually the whole freaking bullet will come out. I saw this in The Mask, was it? Or was it Roger Rabbit or something? Like a live action movie with cartoon bullets that fly out of a gun. Made me so mad, like, why is the whole round coming out of the gun? That doesn't make any sense. But that's just a little quirk of mine, I guess, that these movie effects aren't realistic. Why? It bothers me. It does. Shotgun blasts in cartoons are just totally unrealistic. Apparently they think shotguns just fire like heated fire and gas. Just blows the guy's face black and makes his hair go backwards, and then there's no like little pieces of metal shot that come out and tear through his skin or. So that's just some things that have been on my mind lately. I hope this video wasn't too crazy and random and out there, and probably nobody's still watching at this point. This is probably like an hour worth of video or something. It's crazy. I don't know how I'm going to put this on YouTube. I guess I'll just chop it up, put it up.